Y'all ever hear of Bohemian Grove, the secretive organization of people that control the world? Yeah, that exists, folks, and a lot of its members are powerful world leaders and titans of, well, a lot of industries. This place tends to primarily exist as a place where the rich and powerful go to misbehave, because Bohemian Grove is a restricted 2,700-acre campground at 2601 Bohemian Avenue in Monte Rio, California in the States, belonging to a private San Francisco-based gentlemen's club known as the Bohemian Club. In mid-July of each year, Bohemian Grove hosts a more than 2-week encampment of some of the most prominent men in the world. Now, the club's all-male membership includes artists, musicians, prominent business leaders, government officials, former US presidents, senior media executives, people of power. The club motto is "Weaving spiders come not here," which implies that outside concerns and business deals are to be left outside, although discussion of business often occurs between pairs of members. Very important political and business deals have been developed at the Grove, notably a Manhattan Project planning meeting that took place there in September of 1942, subsequently leading to the atomic explosive device. Those attending that meeting? Let's see. Ernest Lawrence, J. Robert Oppenheimer, the S1 Executive Committee heads, presidents of Harvard, Yale, Princeton, representatives of Standard Oil and General Electric, and a lot of military officials. Now, at the time, Oppenheimer was not an S1 member, but they hosted the meeting. Grove members take a lot of pride in that event. They tell that story pretty often. The Freemasons loom large in American history. After all, 13 of the 39 men who signed the US Constitution were Masons. Founding fathers like George Washington, James Monroe, Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock, and Paul Revere all counted themselves as members of the fraternal order. Freemasons do exist today, and their public image has been greatly influenced by high-profile charity work of the Shriners, which is a subset known as the ancient Arabic order nobles of the Mystic Shrine. They were founded by the Freemasons in 1870 at New York City's Knickerbocker College and continue their volunteer work to today. The Order of Skull and Bones is a secret society founded at Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut, back in 1832. Founder William Huntington Russell was inspired by an occult society he'd visited in Germany. His co-founder was one Alphonso Taft, future Secretary of War under President Grant and father of President William Howard Taft, who would also be a member of Skull and Bones. The prominent list of bonesmen include several presidents and a lot of modern-day power brokers. So, nobody to be trifled with. Here's a cult I know you've seen posters for, Shen Yun. Technically, it's a show put on by a religious group that is a cult called the Falun Gong. Now, this was founded by a man named Li Hongzhi, who registered the group with the Chinese government back in 1992. So in 1989, after the whole square protests, the Chinese Communist Party established a registry of social organizations. For political reasons, Li has been open about his beliefs that evolution is fraudulent, that people of different races will be separated in heaven, and that sexuality and promiscuity are unnatural. He's told news outlets that aliens are attempting to control humans by making us dependent on modern science. A San Francisco man named Samuel Luo has claimed that his mother and stepfather refused essential medical treatment because of these teachings, because apparently sickness is based in karma. Also, it was claimed that folks believed that it was God's plan to eliminate the gay population. So Shen Yun was kicked out of China. They have some very interesting sentiments, to say the least. Essentially, they're a church that's putting all of their money into a dance show with heavy anti-communism and anti-Chinese sentiments. They don't hide that they are heavily critical of governments, and in between depictions of ancient dances or stories told through dance, there are skits depicting organ harvesting, kidnapping, suppression of religious liberty by plainclothes secret police. Now, there's one memo from the Embassy of the People's Republic of China that has quite the opinion on the performances, saying this organization preaches really anti-humanity and anti-science beliefs, and they exercise extreme mental manipulation on followers. They're a cult that seriously harms the society and violates human rights, and they went so far as to calling them a cancer in the body of the modern civilized society. At least according to one attendee over the last few years. So during the show, what happens is this amazing singer comes on for a solo performance, lyrics are translated and written on screen, and these lyrics include things like atheism and evolution are, lethal ideas, and modern trends destroy what makes us humans. And this wasn't just like a one-off, folks, it's a recurring theme. There's just so much we could talk about for so long. It was just how awful this thing is. The Illuminati was founded by Professor Adam Weishaupt in Bavaria on May 1st of 1776. Now, Adam, chafing at the power of the conservative Catholic Church in the Bavarian monarchy, sought to cast aside organized religion in favor of a new form of illumination through reason. Inspired by the spread of enlightenment across Europe, he also drew upon ideas that were expressed by a lot of folks, including the mysteries of the Seven Sages of Memphis, the Kabbalah, and the Freemasons. He recruited heavily from the latter group, infiltrating Masonic lodges in his quest to recruit some of the wealthiest and most influential men in Europe. The organization flourished before being stamped out by Karl Theodor of Bavaria, who issued a whole thing making membership in the Illuminati punishable by death in 1787. But the death of the Bavarian Illuminati did not quell gossip about their clandestine activities, and a lot of conspiracy theorists have linked the group to everything. We're talking the French Revolution, JFK, you name it, they've been linked to it. During the turbulent 18th century in China, the Tiandihui, or the Society of the Heaven and Earth, formed as a spiritual cult led by charismatic leaders, eventually forced underground by the Qing dynasty, becoming a ferocious resistance movement against the Manchu rulers. They resorted to armed robbery to maintain financial stability, and they inspired a lot of other societies, including a Masonic-type organization known as the Hongmen. Members of that? Sun Yat-sen, founder of China's First Republic, Taiwan's founder. Now, some remained true to the ideals of patriotism, loyalty, and justice, but a lot of folks drifted into criminality, inspired by, Robin Hood-style holdups. The most famous of these descending groups? Well, the Triads. If you didn't know, they're one of the largest Asian crime syndicates in the world, because that's not terrifying or anything. Formed circa 1119 when Baldwin II, then King of Jerusalem, charged a group of knights to protect all Christian pilgrims to the Holy Land, the Knights Templars were easily recognizable by their white robes with a red cross. They developed a particular expertise in finance and soon became one of the most powerful knightly organizations, even credited with developing a new banking system. Now, technically they were officially disbanded in 1307, but the legend lives on. Today, a lot of secret societies in France, Germany, and Italy claim to be descended from the Knights Templar, including the Association Française de Chevaliers du Christ, which enjoys support from the Vatican. The Grand Orange Lodge of Ireland, more commonly known as the Orange Order, derives its name from William of Orange, a Protestant prince who later ruled over Britain and Ireland with his wife, Mary. Now, the order was founded in 1795 after the Battle of the Diamond, a clash between Catholics and Protestants outside of Logal, a small village in modern-day Northern Ireland. The purpose was to protect Protestants, who were the majority in Ireland's northern provinces, but were outnumbered by Catholics in the rest of the country. Now, the Grand Orange Lodge is still active today. Members nicknamed Orangemen hold marches every year, and per the Irish Times, these celebrations are quite something, with Northern Ireland's predominantly Catholic nationalist community viewing them as quite the display. Around the turn of the 19th century, two black men in Cincinnati were denied admission to the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks of the World, which was an organization founded in 1868 with the goal of serving those in need. Barred from membership, Arthur James Riggs and Benjamin Franklin Howard decided to create their own order. Formerly named the Improved Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks of the World, they were once at the center of the United States black community. In 1907, the Seattle Republican wrote that it was claimed by the members and officers thereof that it is one of the most thriving secret societies amongst Afro-Americans of the city. The first Bilderberg meeting was in 1954 and was held at the Hotel de Bilderberg in the Netherlands. That's how they got their name. Convened by Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, it was a gathering of powerful politicians from North America and Europe, designed to foster warmer relations between the two continents. While not strictly a secret society like the Illuminati, their high-profile attendees included Bill Clinton, Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair, and a lot of other folks. By the way, the use of their rules: you can't share what happens in the meetings, journalists cannot go there, minutes are not released, and that's all for today, folks. I've been Alexa. See ya!